Venice, Italy as Vero Volley MONZA, who made their debut in Champions League this season. They're taking on
sure. It's for this reason that you stay close to me, huh? Hi. And I said, cooking, sleeping.
It's not going to be an easy game, but you won once, you can win again. What do you expect from the game?
Playing against Conegliano means not easy game, never. We know that in the first match they play really in a perfect way. Okay, spike percent about Egono, Plummer or Silla, but they make really few mistakes. And Conegliano this year has an incredible way to play, but in the last part of the season they make few mistakes more than normal. In the match against us, they make just 12 in 3 games. So in that case, it's really difficult to be aggressive as we made in the championship in Villorba. So today we know that to try to do something more, we must be really aggressive with the serve, because Wolosz, when can play close to the net, is something unbelievable. No? In that case, we have to make a choice, and when you have the Cruyff, Folli, Silla, Egonu, it's not easy to make a choice. So today we know that the score is really hard to keep. We know just one thing: we have to play game by game. Don't think to the final score, because if we start to think to win 3-0, win 3-1 and golden set, for sure will be a terrible match. So we have to think just to the first game, try to fight from the beginning until the end, know that we can do something important, and in the other part of the court, there will be a team that won the final again.
So you already set one foot in the super finals, but the adversary tonight is going to be determined as ever. What do you expect from them and from your team?
For sure another match than the first match in Monza. Today is important for us. It's important also for Monza. So for sure today is a tough match for us. We want to play the same match of Monza, maybe better if we can, because for sure they will be very aggressive. They must recover the first result and they start for me with another approach. For me, we must play the same kind of level of volleyball with few mistakes, with aggressive in attack, with a lot of quality in the first touch and second touch. So we want to arrive in final, and for sure this match is so important for us, and we are lucky because we play at home. So we have our supporter here, and it's great for us.
Hello, everyone. If you're just tuning in, you had a chance to hear from the coaches from Monza and Conegliano. A lot to say for both coaches. Marco Gaspari saying it's never going to be easy playing against Conegliano, the team that is the champion, the reigning champion of this match. But I want to welcome you all to the CEV Super Match of the Week. We're coming to you live on Eurovolley.tv today. We are in the Pala Verde near Venice, Italy, as Vero Volley MONZA, who made their debut in Champions League this season, are taking on these women that you see on your screen here before you. Paola Egonu just having a catch up on some text messages before she gets ready as a Carraro Imoco Volley Conegliano, the reigning champions of the competition, are taking the court. My name's Key Michael. I'm so excited to be your host for today's matchup. It's the second match of the quarterfinals of the CEV Champions League, and today 2 of the best teams in Italy are about to go head to head again. Last week was the first time these two teams met in Champions League, and Conegliano took that home 3-0. What's on the line here today? The winner will advance directly to the finals of the competition, since the two Russian teams on the table have been disqualified due to the political world affairs at the moment. Here's a look at the table. As you can see, or Conegliano is going to head through to the final between one of those two teams on the other side of the table. But despite this being only the second time these two teams are meeting in the competition, they know each other pretty well, having played against each other in the Italian top league for the last 6 years. In the head-to-head, it's Conegliano who've come out on top in the domestic league 16 times to 2. Make that one more recently in Champions League. So 17 wins for Conegliano, only 2 for Monza. However, one of those 2 wins for Monza came earlier this season in February, just a few weeks ago, when Monza beat Conegliano 3-1 in the Pala Verde, Conegliano's home gym, where we find ourselves again today. Of course, Verde meaning green, and you can see all the stadium seats green for support of the home team. Monza, as you can see on your screen, Jordan Larsson, one of the big names, has just joined the team. Monza were in first position in the Italian leagues just a few days ago, but since a couple of postponed matches have been made, now sitting in third with 54 points, 17 wins and 6 losses. Conegliano have reclaimed the second spot with the exact same number of points with 54, but 19 wins and only 3 losses. So needless to say, these are 2 very well-matched teams, and you're going to see that out on court today. Conegliano are the reigning champions of this competition. They have yet to lose to another Italian team since 2019 in the final against Novara. They're also the only team this year who have yet to drop a set, winning all their matches in pool play 3-0. And again, last week in Monza's home gym. Conegliano could become the 4th team to win back-to-back titles. RC Cannes did it in 2002 and 3. Bergamo did it in 2009 and 10. And Vakif Bank in 2017 and 18. Conegliano have currently won 25 consecutive games in this competition. So certainly the team to beat here today. As mentioned earlier, Monza are making their debut in the competition after winning the Challenge Cup in 2019 and then the CEV Cup in 2021. They won 4 of their 6 pool play matches, losing only to Vakif Bank, both home and away, 3-1 each time. For Monza, the top point scorer in this competition is Lisa van Hecke with 66 points, but Hanna Daviskiva is close behind with 57. But the big news for the team, as well as for volleyball fans worldwide, is the addition of a couple of new faces to the lineup. Middle blocker Dana Radke came straight from college to join the team in January. An Olympic gold medalist and MVP Jordan Larsson arrived just a few weeks ago to strengthen the squad. Here's a look at that full lineup. They brought in some new players just in the lead up to playoffs, as well as this competition for CEV. Larsson was the top scorer in her Champions League debut with Monza, putting up 16 points. But she is no stranger to the competition. Meanwhile, here's a look at Conegliano's players. Of course, Paolo Gonu, one name that people will know worldwide, as well as Robin de Cruyff, been a player since 2016 for Conegliano. Sarah Farr back in the lineup. So there's a look at Larsson. As mentioned, she's not a stranger to this competition. She has 2 gold medals in this league, as well as 2 bronze medals in her pocket already from her years with Dinamo Kazan and Russia and Azerbaijan in Turkey. Monza's going to have their work cut out for them. On the other side of the net, they have faced the unquestioned queens of Italian volleyball for the last few years running, as well as the stunningly impressive Paolo Gonu. You just saw her there. top scorer in the regular Italian league with 496 points. 50 points more than the next closest. He's also the top scorer for Conegliano in Champions League this year with 70 points. Last week, Vigoni scored 27 points, and that's more than an entire set's worth of points and 11 more than any other player on the court. American Stanford graduate Catherine Plummer also had a good day at the office. 12 points, 2 of them from aces, and I know that her coach for the USA national team, Coach Harch Karai, I had a chance to speak to him yesterday. I know he's going to be watching out for Plummer's performance here today. Conegliano completely outserved Monza last time they were on the court. 7 aces to 2, including 2 by Vigoni to close out the first set, and 1 by the Polish setter Asha Volosh to close the second. Not much time has passed since these two teams met. It's up to Monza to stop Conegliano from getting just 2 sets in order to advance to the final. Since Conegliano won 3-0 last week, Monza must win 3-0 or 3-1 in order to force a golden set. As always, it will all come down to what they put out on court today. Conegliano surely have the confidence back after last week. Monza still has history against them. Can they utilize their new weapons for a last-minute win, keep them in the competition, or will Conegliano repeat and show why they're the reigning champions? I can't wait to find out, so grab some snacks and let's have an exciting match. Refs for today, Simone Santi and Ilaria Sagni. Let's get ready to meet the starting lineup. First of all, for Monza, the visiting team. Number 3, Magdalena Stysiak is heading out there first, the big Polish opposite. Alessia Giannati, number 6. Alessia Oro will be setting for Monza. Number 11, Anna Danesi, middle blocking extraordinaire. As well as Dana Vecchi right next to her. Jordan Larson gets the nod in the starting spot for outside hitter. She's wearing number 15 here today. And Beatrice Parocchiale will wear the blue libero jersey. So there's just confirmation of that lineup for you, as well as the coach of the team, Marco Gaspari, who we heard from earlier on in his interview. Let's get ready to meet Conegliano's starting lineup. Looks like a few familiar faces who we're used to seeing. Catherine Plummer, number 2. Robin McCoy, number 5. Number 7, Vero Volley. Asha Volosh. Oligoni, number 18, as well as Miriam Silla in the outside hitting spot. Monica Di Gennaro will be wearing the libero jersey for the reigning champions. There's Marco Gaspari. Santarelli, he's been with Conegliano since 2016. Has Champions League gold medal under his belt. These two teams are so well matched. Conegliano has the history of success in this league. Monza just starting out in it, but certainly an impressive squad that they've put together here. Stysiak wearing number 3. So a moment of silence is going to be observed for Antonio Carraro. the sponsor and supporter of the team who has recently passed away. Just about ready to get underway. This quarterfinal, which is essentially a semi-final for these two Italian teams. Monza has the first serve to Conegliano, but it's Robin de Cruyff in the blue, connecting with Asha Volosh for the first point on the board for the home team here in the Pala Verde. Back to the line. Gennady. Alegonu gets it off the block into the high hands and out of bounds, and a second point in a row for the home team. A great start, and it's all smiles all around. Looks like the pressure has been taken completely off of Conegliano. They know they only need 2 sets to advance to the finals of the Champions League. But that's well read by Conegliano. Down the line, and it's 3 in a row. Catherine Plummer makes a statement in this opening few points of this match. She may be the younger of the 2 American outside hitters going head-to-head in this match, but certainly what she lacks in experience, she makes up for in skill. Jordan Larson well reading that serve, and it's 4 points now on the board. Conegliano looking smooth and in charge and smiling. And that's what you love to see at this professional level. It gets to a point where sometimes matches day in, day out, year in, year out, can feel a little bit monotonous, a little bit like work, but Conegliano coming out looking like they're just gonna have fun no matter what. High ball outside for Monza, well dug. Almost brought back by Plummer. Finally, Monza able to get on the board. Cruyff in the right position. Just not able to control the defense. Magdalena Stysiak has the chance for a kill, or I should say an ace from the end line. It's called long. The ball goes back over to Conegliano. Who handles that well. The dig is on for Conegliano. And Igonu goes off the hands, high and deep, perfectly targeting the little fingers of the block, the weakest area of the block. Monza's players in the backcourt not able to react quick enough. So it looks like there's a timeout on court.
Against the block, we know we can work deep. We know that they try to touch and make transition every time, but they make transition aggressive and no. So we must be ready to close. They're going to spike in the middle of the court, and we must be ready for this situation because we are playing for the same time.
So no need to translate that for you. You can hear the Marco Gaspari speaking in English to his players. There's a lot of international players on his team. These players can get high off the hands, but just be aggressive against this team. Conegliano with a big block, but it's out of bounds. Stysiak finding some rhythm. good point for Monza. They need to get a little bit of momentum here, but I can tell you, having played in Palo Verde myself as a visitor, it is no small feat to try to overcome this crowd. The fans are going to be cheering the entire length of the match from now until the last whistle and beyond. So Monza's going to have that against them. They're going to be working hard to try and make it sound like they're in their own gym a little bit. Use that energy from the crowd for themselves. Good ball in by Vero from Conegliano. Donato, one of the most skilled in the game, just puts it perfectly on Volosh's head. Volosh then has all of her options, and she gets a one-on-one. For the one player you do not want to leave a one-on-one, but that's Paolo Igonu. Great swing cross court. It's 7-3 now. Plummer finds Gennady. Stesiak has a heavy hand, but that's overpassed. Redkey. Igonu again, and how she does it. We'll have to have a look at that in slow motion because she goes over the block but still manages to get it at such an angle. It's a great dig by Conegliano to recycle. Have a look at the angle. She's over the block and yet still somehow gets that ball short in front of the defender. She's on. She is on. Good serve by Plummer. Free ball. Handled by Foley. Igonu, this time deep. That's another great way to judge a player. They're not always swinging in the same position. So Igonu right now has just hit really short. Now she switches it up, goes down the line, and hits the end line. So the defenders are trying to adjust to her, and she just changes it mid-game. Plummer. Again to Gennady. This time tipped, well read. Kept alive by Larson. Easy situation for Volosh, but a good block off by Monza. Larson trying to make something of a little bit of a wide set for her, looked a little bit off balance. Conegliano smooth. Great bring back as well by the American gold medalist from Tokyo 2020. Tries her best to hit that corner of baklava, as we call it. Bit too long. So Conegliano with a 7-point advantage. He's the target again. No touch by Conegliano. Monza's going to need another timeout. We'll have a chat about how things are going. Let's have a listen in.
I say one thing and I don't want to be angry. We serve free time on De Gennaro. Free time on De Gennaro. We have double target, we serve free time on De Gennaro. And now we are playing like easy things. Okay, with easy things we must be better. From the reception, from the second touch, okay. But aggressive with the service at first.
You can see from that box score there, Conegliano has scored the last 5 points in a row. And the point that Marco Gaspari is making is that every time two teams line up, the coaches have spent hours upon hours studying video, trying to find ways that they can use the weaknesses of the other team. So he said, right, you have targets out there and they are not the libero. If any of the serves hit the libero, you're failing in that target. So he just wants players to basically ignore her in the reception. Good swing by Igonu off the hands. That's well taken care of by the entire team of Monza and finished off by Jordan Larson, the American outside hitter who's just joined the team and is going to be crucial in this match. Good work by Oro to put that in a hittable position at the net. Not perfectly at the antenna, but at least tight to the net, so Larson could have a big swing on it. Jordan Larson played her last potentially playing her last season. Just played overseas. She played last season in Shanghai, just earlier this season, I should say. There's a challenge, but that ball is easily in. Jordan Larson also played for Athletes Unlimited in the USA, the only professional league in the USA, which is currently happening right now. If anyone wants to watch, that's how I got a chance to chat to Carraro yesterday. Some of his thoughts on this match. It's going to be a tight one. Dana Rudke, one of the USA players, at the line to serve. Down the line from Silla. Absolutely no mercy. There's the one-on-one, and credit to all the players that touched the ball as well before Silla getting her a one-on-one. Jordan Larson picks up another one. Larson had 16 points in the last match. She was the top scorer for coming in and making a difference with only a week of training with this team, which is quite a feat if you think about how often and how long it takes to get comfortable with different setter and rotations, players on the court. Silla again with a sharp cross. Past the block, down in front of the libero on Monza's side. Great move. See the middle there. Number 11 for Monza, and Adanesi flying past the block a bit. Joust at the net. Good pickup by Vigianato. It's just not enough. Solid joust here by Anna Danesi, doing her best to grab the ball before Volos has a chance. Often it's the player to touch the ball last that'll win the joust, but in the case of a tall player, you can just go up and try and get it before the smaller player even has an opportunity. Great pickup by Larson. Off the hands and run down. I love to see Conegliano acting as if every point is match point, and in effect it could be. So both these teams know what's at stake. Basically, whoever has a good day tonight will advance to the Champions League final. Conegliano have the upper hand with a win already under their belt. They only need 2 sets here, so if they come out firing, they only need 2 sets in order to knock out Monza. Gonu. Well dug by Larson. Great conversion by Monza. Diamo, let's go, says Sergio. But Silla's going too. Hot hitter right now. Miriam Silla. Silla played last season as well in Conegliano. Spent a fair amount of time, 5 seasons in Bergamo. As one in Villa Cortese. Before heading over to Conegliano. Tipped and read by Volos. Eyeball from Gonu, and that's an easy point for the top scorer in the last match. Gonu getting into rhythm. Remember, she had 27 points in the last matchup in 3 sets. That's more than an entire set alone. She's looking well on the way to another top scoring performance here. No touch called off of Skiziak's ball. Skiziak, another important player for Monza. Only 21 years old, but 2 meters and 3. Opposite Scadici last season. Fast ball, but well read. Conegliano keeping that off the floor somehow, and Monza having to scramble it back. Good situation for Conegliano, and they've turned it into a point for themselves. Keeping their heads about them. Turning that into a free ball opportunity, and Plummer with the finishing touch. Heavy left-handed arm on that one-on-one. 17-8. Conigliano looking comfortable. Of course, commentators curse of, just as I say that, an error on the board will just allow Conigliano to be human. Maybe. Again, if you watch this level of volleyball often, you'll get used to seeing errors. It's a high error, high risk situation, and you want to put pressure on the receiving team. Hecka in the receiving squad for Monza. She makes a difference right away. Swing down the line, past the block. She's actually Monza's top scoring player in Champions League, but she hasn't been getting a lot of action in the last few matches. Still top scorer with 66 points, and Gabi Skiba right behind with 57. Neither two of those players started in this match. Good ball in, and Igonu has a shot. He finds Larson in the backcourt. Again, a great ball in from De Gennaro, giving Asha Volosh options, making it so difficult for the blockers of Monza to know where they're going to block. They can't take any steps in any direction. They can't cheat on anyone because every single player at the front net and in the back court, I should say, is an option when the setter has a perfect pass. A little bit of conversation there on the sides. Monza gets the point. Unfortunate error by Van Hecke. Again, you know that she wants to put pressure on the receivers, but there's a certain point where Conigliano has to pass the ball. It's that fine line between forcing them to play it, but also making it difficult. Volosh finds Gennady. Dana Redke has a go at the net. Redke, 23-year-old middle blocker from the USA, in her first professional season. Just graduating recently. Good ball through the middle. Volosh and Foley showing why they are so experienced together. Foley has been with Conigliano since 2016. Ball in by Monza. And Hecke has a swing, but a good dig from Conigliano in the back. Larson picks up the tip. Off the block, recycled. Larson will go again. She goes into the block, and a huge one it is by Paola Igonu. Absolutely ecstatic with herself for that block, as she should be against the 2020 gold medalist. Takes away that angle at the last minute, shows and takes. It's 21-12. And now have an opportunity to serve. Switch up, maybe Courtney Lash comes in. Tipped over by Igonu, and she shows her range whenever she pulls out some actions like that. You realize that she's not just a one-trick player. She has everything at her disposal. Crush the ball 3-meter line, or she can tip right over the back of the middle blocker. Lara Caravello serve. Ball behind to Van Hecke, goes down the line. Did she clip the end line? Is it enough for a challenge? Have a look at it again. Good job by the setter, Marcia Oro, to force a one-on-one situation again. You can see her Olympic tattoo on her left arm. She represented Italy in the recent games alongside her opponent today, Gonu. There's another tip. Gonu just eating it up. Here Monza. You might be thinking, what on earth can we do at this point? Gonu is unstoppable when she gets going, especially if you leave her that wide open line. There's a glimmer of hope. Good push from Oro in an out-of-system situation. Not a perfect pass. She's off the net, but she's forced her middle. That will keep Conegliano's blockers honest. Another tip falls. Conegliano looking very excited about the situation, as they should be. Just absolutely finding every way they can to score, even if it doesn't have to look as pretty. Set point now for Conegliano. Van Hecke slows down the train slightly. Puts another point under her personal belt, but will it be enough? Going to have a lot of making up to do here. It's set point for Conegliano. 8 points in the deficit. Daviskiva with a good serve. That'll do one. Good move by Van Hecke. Still set point for Conegliano. Push back to Robin de Cruyff is blocked. And a bit of momentum for Monza. Exactly when they need it. So perhaps just taking the wrong angle. Had a bit of line there, she could have gone down. And the ball back into the block. Strong serve from Daviskiva. Another one to keep Monza afloat. An ace serve by Anna Daviskiva, the Belarusian, in her second season with Monza. So that's enough to force a timeout by Conegliano. Let's listen to the coaches.
Moni, take this ball. Occhio perché Moni lascerà un po' la sua destra, la prendi tu a sinistra, ok? Oh raga, con pazienza, non la prima palla per forza, vai, via!
Just a bit of conversation about the reception on Conegliano's side. Carraro De Donato not going to take the ball to her right. Responsibility is going to be on Miriam Silla. And we heard Coach Vero Gaspari reminding his players early not to serve at the libero. Anywhere but there. See where Daviskiva heads. Gonu makes her pay for it. exactly into the plan of Conegliano. One step to the left for the libero to pick up that ball. An easy conversion by the top scorer in the Italian league. Paolo Gonu, we'll have a look at that again. It was beautifully done. And it swings over her shoulder all the way to the opposite side of the court. Takes that ball almost on its side and around. But one set is in the books. 25-19, Conegliano over Monza. They now need just one more set to secure themselves the final of this year's Champions League. We'll have a look at the stats. One ace for Monza, just there by Davi Skiba at the end. 17 attacks to 13. 2 blocks to 1. Pretty even in the receptions. So it just looked like Conegliano came out absolutely firing in this set, and they know they have everything in their advantage. They've won the last game 3-0. They are the reigning champions. They're at home and they only need 2 sets. They have come out absolutely guns blazing for this. Looking like they are playing the final here today. It's only the quarterfinal, but it's effectively the semifinal, since the winner here is going to advance directly to the final. So does Monza have enough to fight back 3 sets in a row? Or is it done and dusted? Stay with us, grab a snack, grab a drink, and come back and let's see set number 2. So the players head back out on court for the second set of this matchup against Monza. Conegliano, very well matched teams. Conegliano coming out absolutely blazing in the first set. Let's see if they have the stamina for another one in the same fashion. Robin de Cruyff to serve. Conegliano against Monza in this second set. First point goes to Conegliano, just like it did in the first set. And there's the problem there. Alessia Oro. His backcourt, she cannot attack, so she's tipped the ball, hoping it would stay on her own side, but in fact it's gone over, and that's called a backcourt attack. That ball, well picked up. Ball behind to Larson. She tries to do something with this. Free ball is given. Let's see if Conegliano can execute. Not well handled. Opportunity for Van Hecke. She swings, but that's still up, and Igonu is the one to put it away. No surprise there, cleaning up a couple of messes in a row. A few free balls mishandled by both sides. Running dig by Silla. Oh, heck, a swing. Pick up in the backcourt. Conegliano have two. Hecka responds. Hecka, 29-year-old Belgian player. She's played all around the world, and especially Italy. Cuneo, Pesaro, Urbino, Piacenza, also in Besiktas, Turkey, as well as Brazil. Igonu down the line. Absolutely pummeled that ball. That's the problem. There's so many live hitters for Conegliano right now. If Igonu gets that wide open space down the line, very little chance of stopping her. Roll well handled by Plummer. Igonu again down the line, right over the shoulder of the libero, deep into the court, down the sideline. Looks almost as if Monza have given up on blocking Igonu, leaving her so much space, almost laid on the block against her. She is regarded as one of, if not the best opposite in the world. I'm not sure about that tactic. Skiba, the reception off the hands. Visionado touches it, but it's into the stands. Monza seeing a glimmer of hope here. Using the block, the outside hand of the block there on the attack. Olosh runs it down. Tip is recycled or sent back with interest, I should say. Palmer trying to go over the block, but Retke, her American teammate, reading her like a book. Just waiting until she's back on the ground to send it back. Igonu is dug, so Conegliano with another opportunity. Tip over the block. Smooth as butter. It's a well-formed block as well. Two players with their hands over the net. Perfectly executed by Igonu. And that's what she's doing. She's switching it up every single time, keeping the other team on their heels, basically. Good swing by Van Hecke this time. Right side. A lot of American players on court right now. I'm certain that their head coach, USA medalist and coach, Karch Karai, will be watching. I wonder if he's going to have some notes, some feedback for the players after the match. The USA team stays in contact throughout the year, not just over the summer when they're together. A serve by Lisa Van Hecke. This time handled by Plummer. Off the hands, and Igonu gets another one. Good slowdown by the block. And Skiba doing her best to keep that ball alive. So we're tied up at 6-6. It almost feels like Conegliano has run away with this set, but in fact, it's tied. So Monza, as long as they keep their wits about them, they're on even playing field right here. Tip throw is red. And Lisa Van Hecke again coming in hot and proving why she is the top scorer for Monza in the CEV competition. beautifully placed all the way across the body, across the blockers to the very deep corner on the other side of the net. Great work by the Belgian. Good looking serve by Davi Skiba, but just long. Between Plummer and Zilla. 7 apiece. Igonu goes for a topspin serve. That's off. Had 3 aces the last time these two teams met. Good save by Volosh, a beautiful save in fact. That ball from the reception looking like it was going over the net. Volosh up with one hand to save it. Put up a hittable ball for Cruyff. And that's a connection they've been working on for a few years. Good to see it continue to be fruitful for them. Dump, I should say, not an overpass by Otto. Tip from Larson is sent back. Van Hecke off the hands, the run down, it's too much. So Van Hecke again the one to put the point on the board for Monza. Lisa Van Hecke has been a part of the A1 league since 2011. Short stints in Turkey and Brazil. Mainstay in the Italian league as a foreigner. Igonu proving she is also human. That over cross-body swing that she does so well from all the way on the right side, but from the middle of the court. That swing goes well wide. Otto. Beautifully placed that time. That's what she was looking for in the last point. And a couple of steps for Volosh, but she gives that second opportunity for Igonu. I can tell you, I've played with Volosh before. She does like to give confidence to her players. If you can't score on the first try of asking, she'll give you it back. It's good to see that faith in her players, but a good move as well by Monza here. Looking tricky little tip from Anna Danesi. Monza now 11-9. The block. Catherine Plummer struggling to find a way through the big block there. Smart play, going for the swipe off. But didn't finish. Too much out of bounds. And Hecke is dug. Great dig cross court by Volosh. She'll send a free ball back. And Monza capitalize on this. And Davi Skiba has a go, but again, Monza was dug. An unfortunate and uncharacteristic error from Conegliano. You can see from their coach, he's not happy with the look of that dig and run down by Igonu. Another beautiful dig. Putting it too tight to the net, not much they could do. Timeout called.
La palla non è buona, if the set is not good, you run on deep. Because now we touch in this way and we are not in order, we block. Ok? Palla buona, attacco forte. Palla non buona, palla netto. Vai!
Simple advice to the players: if it's a good set, attack. If it's not good, tip. But it looks like Monza's doing a better job of reading the tips and rolls than they were a couple of moments ago. Not falling quite as easily as Conegliano had been doing in the first set, in the first half of this set. Jordan Larson has 2 points, low for her average. Let's see if she can bump that up and help Monza. Good move by Plummer, the young American on court. Off the hands of the block, out of bounds. Using the advice of her coach: if it's a good set, go ahead and swing away. That's what she's done. Danese coming through the middle. Monza keeping her, Alessia Oro and Monza keeping their middles involved. Danese is the captain of the squad, which is uncommon to see as a middle blocker. They are changing in and out pretty much every few points. Big block is covered. Off the hands, and another recycle for Conegliano. Tight ball. Igonu goes for it. Igonu blinked and Monza was ahead. You know how important every single set is going to be from here on out. Wanting this to be over in 2 sets. See if they can turn it around. Tip throw brought back to life by the setter libero combo of Conegliano, but what an angle from Lisa Van Hecke. That's an Igonu level angle from the Belgian. Great up by Volosh to keep that alive. Oh, look at this angle again. Inside the block. Landing inside the 3-meter line as well. Beautiful play by Van Hecke. 15-11, Monza. 4-point advantage. Well read by Courtney Lush. Into the hands and out. So Monza another point. High fives and smiles all around. Monza looking more comfortable, finding their rhythm this set. Starting with the defense there. Van Hecke using the block. Rafaela fully up and well pressed, but letting her hands face out of bounds, which is where the ball ends up going. Could be a costly mistake. Let's see, still 12-16. Venorecki is dug, but it's too far out of bounds. It's too long gone. Another point for Monza. A little bit of American on American aggression there. Venorecki to Courtney Lush. Thirteen to 17, Igonu. So a few errors in a row from both sides at the service line, but again, this is something you watch high-level volleyball, you're gonna see this happen. Both teams are not willing to give a free ball serve to the other. They're trying to do their maximum serve, but that's also their maximum risk serve. High risk, high reward, high error ratio. Neither team can afford bop the ball over and get it right back down their throats. Courtney Lush handles that one. Igonu with a heavy swing, gets the touch on the way through. Or does she? Is there a challenge? No challenge. Still 14-18 for Conegliano. Miriam Silla back in. Larson doing what Jordan Larson does, which is find a way to score. I can tell you, as a teammate of hers at Athletes Unlimited last year, she will find a way to win. She is a competitor through and through to the very gritty end. She was the champion of Athletes Unlimited season. And that is exactly why. High ball off the block from Plummer. Keeps Conegliano competitive in this set. Might have taken a step to another blocker. Block another player, I should say. Resulting in being slightly late. But the team has a strategy. It must be working right now. 15-19 for Monza. Plummer again into the block. She's recycled. Third time of asking, still dug. And it's Van Hecke to finish off the point. In the middle of the court. Finding the floor for Monza. It's 20-15. A great push out there. Full width on that set, and that's the difficulty of a ball like that. Setter has to give height and width and speed to be able to beat the block. Good work by Otto. Volosh, captain, Polish setter, 31 years old. Serves down the line. Ganese with a big swing. Was it in? Was it touched? It's called out. Volosh. It's pretty clear that she didn't touch it. Let's have a look here. Tell from those angles. But the call stands unless a challenge is requested. It's going to be Conegliano's ball, 17-20. Going from Davis Hiba. She goes aggressive on the outside. Monza creeping closer to the finish line of this set. Big swing past the hands of Igonu on the outside. You can see Igonu's taking away that sharp cross, diving into the cross, leaving a little bit open on the line. Katarina Lazovic. Tip of the net, that's red. Plummer has a go and she finds the hands. A smart play by the 23-year-old coming out of Stanford University. Also playing in man, but she's also going up against Monza, her former team. First team really was Monza, so it'll be extra special for her playing here tonight. With some familiar faces. 18-21, Plummer has the serve. And the dig to follow it up. Set by Dejanado to Igonu, and it's cross court. Jordan can't handle it, and it's another point. 1 point closer for Conegliano. They are within 2 points now Monza know what's at stake. Timeout is called by Monza.
They try to stress us crossing to the line, so I will try to help you if the ball is out. Second things, transition. We know what could happen now. If De Gennaro set, we take a risk. If De Gennaro libero set, we take a risk. Okay, and we stop inside. Okay, one side out, let's go.
Coach Marco Gaspari choosing his words selectively. He's saying, you all know what's going to happen. If De Gennaro sets, even if the libero sets, take a risk. He's not letting us know what that risk is, but it's probably the take it option on Paola Egonu, if she is the hot hitter on the high ball. Heka swings, she's dug. There's the set from De Gennaro. Just as predicted from the coach of Monza. With the high ball, ball's probably going to Egonu. And there it is. Point for Conegliano. They're within one. Larson handles the reception. And Daviskiba finishes it off on the outside into the hands, out of bounds, using the block. Good bowling from Larson, allowing Otto to add some speed to the ball, create a fast offense. Foley is just a tad late, and it's enough for Daviskiba to use the mismatch in the block. Oh, and a lucky ace serve. Perfectly timed. And Heka flipping the net and getting Egonu. Timeout called.
You can start here, I don't want that you leave your right side, Poli, Raffa, occhio quel net perché lo può ritoccare un'altra volta, tanto cerca questa rotazione qua e con questa rotazione la palla cade di là, ok? In anticipo, via!
Coach Santarelli expecting another ace serve in a similar fashion, telling Raffaella Foley there's going to be a bit of spin on it. I want you to take it. So it's 23 now to 20. Point advantage for Monza in this crucial set. Well handled by De Gennaro. Fast ball from Foley. Good connection between Volosh and Foley. We don't get to see it that often. We haven't seen it that often in this set, in this match. But they are absolute power duo when they get going. Look at that power that Foley uses. She sees there's no one in front of her. Basically a zero block. Just hammers it home. Carraro. Short serve. Into the hands and out for Van Hecke. Monza looking good for this set. 24-21 now. Great handle by Retke on that short ball. Daviskiba to serve. Silla handles it. Egonu finishes it. Not quite as many smiles as there were in the first set here for Egonu and company. Now it is all business. They want this set and they want it bad. If they are to finish this set, it would be over. They would be into the finals. So timeout is called. Let's listen.
Ok? 1, 2, Poli, io questi, ok? Quindi noi siamo qua, ma pronti a correre qua. Chiudiamo lo spazio e non andiamo alte. Se c'è la base 7 è per la 0. Quindi lavora dritta, perché il colpo era qui prima. Se le muovi così rischi. Tanto lei fa o questo e non è tuo o questo.
One of my favorite things is to listen into the timeouts, especially in Italian, because I get to translate it for you guys. But unfortunately, Coach Daniele Santarelli got wise, so he's using his pad to show rather than tell. Larson tipped, Doug. Still alive, Larson with another opportunity. That's out of the net. Visionato sends it to Igonu. Dig out of the backcourt. Larson has a chance. Easily up in the backcourt. Back to Igonu. Ball is out of bounds. No touch is called. But of course, it's enough to challenge. Beautiful work by both teams to keep these balls off the floor. That one defense there, cross court. Right, Gaviskiba keeping the ball alive, but Monza now have either a win or another set point. It's 24-22. This ball was not called touch. If there's a touch, it stays with Conegliano. If it's no touch, the set is over. Oh, very close, but no touch. So the ball is out, and the set goes to Monza. And what a change of pace. The winds of change have come, and Monza sailed their way to a second set victory here, 25-22. Conegliano came out storming in 25-19 in the first set. Both teams playing exactly as we expected, playing as if this is the final, because whoever wins here will be in the final of Champions League. Monza had 2 aces that set, as well as 2 blocks. The attacks pretty much consistent across the two teams. A couple more positive receptions from Conegliano, but it really just came down to a couple of points here and there, maybe a couple less service errors. Couple more aces and blocks for Monza. They were hungry. They gritted their teeth and said, no, we are not going to be pushed over. We're not letting you get away with it that easily. We are fighting for this match, for this set, for every single point. You can see it out there. Beautiful play by both teams. It's 1 set apiece. What's going to happen in the third? Conegliano only need 1 more set to advance to the finals. And Monza stop them here. Don't go anywhere. Get yourself a drink and a snack. We'll see you soon. So the players back out on court, taking their place for set number 3. We'll have a look if we see any changes to the lineup, but Monza will be happy with the way they finished that second set. Coming out stronger and fired up. Conegliano looking a little bit deflated, but still they had to find that fire they had in the first set, because they know the only thing separating them and the final is 25 points on the board. Could it be in this set that they seal the fate? The whistle's blown. Monza has the first serve. It's Otto at the line. He goes for Silla. Gonu is dug cross court by Van Hecke, who swings heavy-handed, forcing the ball into the block all the way to the other side of the court. The defensive players around her hoping that ball was out. Gonu has the first serve for Conegliano, who again put the first point on the board. Danesi is blocked, recycled. High ball for Van Hecke. Looking for a touch. It's given. Look at it again. High ball off the hands of Asha Volosh, even though she tried to pull her hands away. So it's 1-1. Larsson's to serve. Connection between De Cruyff and Volosh. One-legged slide behind with some width, some speed, some height, all of the factors that you need as a middle attacker. Get a nice solid swing on it. She's able to have a look through the net. She can choose which direction she wants to hit. She can cut it off early. She can wait for it to swing down the line. Good play by Conegliano. Good serve, so Monza out of system. But still somehow able to convert that into their point. They were on the back foot there. By all accounts, the ball coming high from the backcourt. Gabi Skiba using the swing into the block. A little bit of mismatch between Volosh and De Cruyff. At the line, 3 points to 2, 1 set apiece. The tip throw from Redke is not enough. Plummer tries one of her own, but it comes back. So there's a mid-rally challenge. Conegliano almost certain that that ball was down on Monza's side. And the rule is you have to challenge it immediately. You cannot wait for the point to play itself out. To call it and ask for the replay right as you see it. The danger there is if your team would have won the point anyway, you don't win this challenge, you call it, you are forfeiting that point. That ball is down indeed. Conegliano keep it. De Cruyff goes down the line. Skiba, tip into the block, that's recycled. She gets another opportunity. Finds Igonu. Plummer into the hands and out of bounds. That's a move you'll see often at this level. Players don't necessarily have to try and swing over the block like Igonu. They can just look at the hands, swing over the shoulder, and force off the block and out of bounds. Out of system for Monza. Well dug in the backcourt. And a great conversion by Conegliano and Igonu. But the dig by Silla starting it off, and she was so deep there. Almost like you'll see in men's volleyball, where they expect that ball to come off the hands. Extremely deep, a great play by Conegliano. Timeout's called.
Today we say that one ball is really important. 8 rallies for 2 times happen. And with the block, don't be less aggressive than the game before. And with the defense at the same time, we win one game, nothing else. So, be aggressive in every part of the match.
Marco Gasperi looking for more aggression out of his players from what's on the line. As I will remind you again, the winner of this match goes on to the finals of the Champions League. Fast ball to Daviskiba. She finds the corner. Beautifully placed past the hands of the block. 6-3. Lisa Van Hecke has the ball. Easy reception from De Gennaro. Cross-court dig by Igonu. Plummer calling for the touch. Take another look at it. Did she clip the arms of Danarecki? No challenge called. So Van Hecke goes for De Gennaro again. Igonu doing what Igonu does best, which is come in from basically nowhere in the backcourt and make an absolute stunning move. Fastball crosses Doug. Again, picked up the tip of Igonu. Off the hands and a great defense from Conegliano. Tip is there, Van Hecke's ready. Daviskiba into the block, and somehow it's still alive. So free ball opportunity for Conegliano through Foley. Still going, Jordan's gonna roll it over. Igonu is there, she gets it back. The tip and the miscommunication. Vero running in to pick it up, but one of the blockers reaching back. But trying to read the ball. Grab it in the air. So 8-4 to Volosh. Serves. Tight ball. Plummer trying to get it out of the net, but that's not enough. So a break for Monza. In her second season with Monza, her husband plays for the men's Monza team. So it's Conegliano who send it back over through Igonu. And a massive block by Paola Igonu, and Raffaella Foley absolutely slamming that door in front of Danarecki, the newcomer to the Italian league. Doing a great job to wait. She sees that Recchi is a little bit off balance. Larson coming in hot inside the block. ball a little bit shorter than her normal set. Able to capitalize on beating the block inside. So Foley still going to her regular blocking spot, floating if anything, flipping the ball off early. Great attack from Silla. Monza looking a little bit less in control than the last set. Lara Caravello brought in to serve again. She's normally in the libero jersey for Conegliano. Off the block, kept alive. Silla again down the line, she's dug. And Heka has a chance. Cross court is dug again. The whistle is blown. What a fantastic defensive effort. A bit of confusion on a few of the faces on both sides, to be fair. Great defense there by Volosh. And there's the net touch called by the blockers from Monza. Cheeky dump from Oro. She's been waiting to do that. She loves that shot. I mean, all setters love to dump at some point throughout the set, throughout the match. Oro taking this moment to not allow Conegliano to work their momentum magic. Timely point from Monza's setter, Alessia Oro. Caligonu has the serve. She finds Larsson. Cross court, touch in the block. No, bringing that one back. Defense didn't even take a step in that direction. The ball in from Larsson, a little bit high off. But still, the connection between Oro and Van Hecke able to get a good swing. Donato with up. Silla goes long. Was there a touch? No touch is called. So have a look at that again. Silla looking pretty sure that she got a touch. Doesn't look like it though, so will they have a challenge? Indeed they will. So some heated voices on the court. Oh, there's the touch. Barely could see it in the other angle. But indeed, that is a touch and rightfully called. Miriam Silla a little bit aggressive in the call that she made. She wanted to make sure that everyone knew they were not going to give up that point for free. 13-8. This time it's a swing from Van Hecke. Silla goes for a set. High ball set behind, into the net, and a point for Conegliano. Quite looking around, she didn't even know where that ball went. Went right into the net. Timeout is called. the Giallo Blu, Conegliano's supporters that have been incessant throughout this match. They will not stop supporting their team until the very last whistle is blown. Monza happy with a freebie. Coach from Monza asking for some more aggressiveness from the end line for his players, That's not going to do it though. Couple of changes heading into court. Vero Volley is in. Giorgia Forsini, 19-year-old outside hitter, came up from A2 last season, the first season in A1. Oh, great swing on the outside. Putting height and width on the ball. Skiba unleashing towards the backcourt. Only a 5-point difference. Ones that need to creep their way back in. It'll take a lot of determination. Oregonu unstoppable right now. High ball for Monza. Van Hecke goes through the block. She's dug. Again, it's Igonu. The effort from Monza is admirable, but that is a huge swing by Igonu. Looking like she's back in her comfort zone. Remember we saw her at the end of the second set. Not super smiley or enthusiastic, a little frustrated, but now back into her momentum. Wolosh targets the libero. Block is good from Igonu. Just like that, Monza see their window of opportunity closing ever so slowly in front of them. It's a massive block by Igonu, doing a great job of staying straight. We saw her in a couple earlier blocks, giving away too much line, just diving into the cross. But now Davi Skiba just going straight over and taking away. Strong shot. 8-point advantage for the home team, Conegliano. Captain ready to serve. Flat, high serve, deep to Davi Skiba. She handles it well and gets the ball back as a prize. Puts it away off the hands. Seven points for Hannah Davi Skiba. She's the second top scoring player for Monza in Champions League. Catherine Plummer. There's a great ball in, and Plummer targeting that very tight corner at the edge, past the hands of Larsson. Down the line past the libero. Smooth play. Number 28, Sonia Candy. 29-year-old middle blocker coming in to serve. Aggressive one too. She targets Silla. Goes out of transition. Or out of. Okay. Still able to get the ball through the block. Convert that into a point for the home team. A big swing through Danese's arms, and that's frustrating for the middle blocker. She was there, pressed over, taken away her space, just left a sliver between the arms. Just enough for a ball. Unlucky it went through. Volley. Monza back, a glimmer of hope. Magdalena Stysiak back in, big Polish opposite. Last season in Skandici. The Polish league winner of 2016. Teammate of Asher Molosh, the championship team in Poland. High ball handled. Deep dug. And Heka has a swing, but she's dug. Silla goes down the line and finds the floor. And finds her voice as well. What a scream to go with it. Well deserved. Hope the photographers were ready for that moment. I'll be willing to post that on social media right after this match is done. Oh, Poligonu. Is there anything she cannot do? She goes down the line, furious and fast with that arm swing. 23-13, Conegliano 2 points away from the Champions League final. Tiger eyes from Igonu. Keeping themselves alive with that swing from Larson, taking advantage of a one block in front of her. Larson finds Silla in the reception. Silla goes cross, looking for that sideline. Can tell exactly what she wanted to do. And switching up her shots as well, going line, going deep, going cross. That one just missing wide. Larson again to Silla, this time tight. Oh, trying to go over, but she's red. And the block into the block and out of bounds. How did Silla get that point for Conegliano? Completely out of system, falling backwards into the block and Van Hecke's hands, facing slightly out of bounds. Just enough for Silla to take the point. So Conegliano 1 point from an effective win here today. Well dug, kept alive, but that's out. Still all smiles for Conegliano because they know exactly where this set is leading. They still have 8 opportunities to score before they can consider themselves into the final. Is it going to be De Cruyff to do it? It is indeed. Cross court into the block, and you see all the players from the bench coming in to jump in on the celebrations because they know this set means more than just one set. Here's how that last point was finished off the hand of Daviskiba. It's De Cruyff to send Conegliano into the history books. They will be competing for the Champions League final this year with those 2 set wins. Here's the scoreline, 25-16, 25-22 is where that Monza team came back Have a look at this set. 1 ace for Conegliano. 15 winning points for Conegliano, only 10 for Monza. 3 blocks to 0. Monza had more better receptions. Conegliano will be happy with that result. Came back out firing. They were on fire in the first set. Slipped a little bit, faltered ever so slightly. Came out even hotter in the third. And there are the fans absolutely soaking it up as they should be. They know they're on their way. So don't go anywhere, just grab a bite. Come back to see how this fourth set concludes very shortly. Conegliano's fans still celebrating after that effective victory. They only needed 2 sets since they were able to beat Monza 3-0 in Monza's home gym. So Conegliano are on to the finals of the Champions League. This is a quarterfinal match, but effectively it was a semifinal. Curious to see if there will be any other players stepping out on court now that we're in this 4th set. Looks like we've got a new libero lined up for Monza, number 99, Beatrice Negretti, former Gusto player. Kristina Vučkova, middle blocker, formerly of Turkey. Looks like she's ready to get in. But the whistle is now blown, and the 4th set underway for Conegliano. Silla will serve. He finds Negretti. And immediately, it's Katarina Zakchow, the middle blocker, 23-year-old, formerly of Cuneo. Last season was her first season in A1. Played in Greece before that. Daviskiba at the line. Goes for an ace. That'll be enough. Conegliano. There is the threat that they might be a bit deflated after knowing that they're already into the finals. Strong serve, but it's responded and returned with interest from Paligonu. Obnitoy at the line. Dutch 2016 Olympian. Great dig to follow it up. Pick up from Larson. Boldini sets behind. She's found her way onto the court this set. But the swing is wide. Conegliano take the points. 2 points apiece. Bowling from Davi Skiba, and we're able to run the middle. Zach Chow getting a piece of that off of Boldini's quick set. Again, sometimes it's even harder for a team to play against the B squad, quote unquote, because you haven't necessarily seen that much video of these players. So Monza putting out a completely different team this set. Bar, 3 players. Great dig in the back by Davi Skiba. Larson goes down the line, uses the block. And Vučková unable to keep the ball on her side. Zach Chow to serve. By Silla. High ball is taken care of by Plummer, but so is the block. Jordan Larson and Sonia Candy putting up a wall against Paula Egonu. Beautifully played by Candy. Score from Plummer is good. So Conegliano have already dropped their first set in this Champions League. The second set of this match, so they're not going to want to drop any more. New serving 5. And a big block for Conegliano. And Plummer dominating there on the right side of the court. Depending on which side you look at. Left side for them, right side for Monza. High ball gets the touch on the way through. Plummer taking some speed off the ball. Using her skill. Egonu has another shot down the line. Was there a touch? They're celebrating as if there was, or at least that it was in. Beatrice Negretti, the new libero on court. Adamant the ball was out. Beautiful shot. And a perfect angle to show you. Yes, that ball was indeed very much in. All it takes is just a tiny bit of the ball to touch the white line. Half and half, so that's clear as mud. Larson into the hand, she's recycled. Back to Van Hecke, who has a go. Conegliano claiming no touch. The ball just dribbled over the net and out, and will stay. The point will stay with Conegliano. Sounds like a timeout was called, so let's listen. Oh, my mistake. No timeout. The whistle was blown for Conegliano has the point, 7-5. They're at the line. Magdalena Stysiak in the lineup now for Monza. That's where that whistle came from, a substitution for the opposite player. Formerly of Łódź in Poland and Chemik Police, another Champions League team this season. Tip from the middle of Conegliano. Pipe is on, but that's self-covered by Davi Skiba. Larsson has a go. High ball dig. Yeah, on the chest of De Gennaro. Off the hands and no cover in sight. Looks like Larsson might have slipped on her way to get that cover. Nevertheless, the point goes to Conegliano. Now there's a timeout.
Dove c'è velocità, altrimenti loro iniziano a star strette, stanno aspettando stretto il primo tempo, stanno aspettando stretto il gioco davanti, arrivano e raddoppiano. Teniamo la ricezione vicina, ragazzi, sono 5 palloni consecutivi con un drop in mezzo al campo. Morbida, ci abbiamo attacco a 3 col discorso della seconda linea. Giochiamo pallavolo.
Coach Marco Gasperi not happy with the reception of his team at the moment, making it really easy for the blockers to arrive. Monza only able to hit high balls, so he's asking his receivers to put the ball a bit closer to the net. Give Monza a chance to run an offense. Let's see if it happens here. Another high ball off the net, but it's a good swing anyway by Stysiak. Igonu is dug. Another recycle for Monza. Stysiak goes again, this time harder and faster into an even bigger block. Conegliano ready and waiting against the big Polish opposite. Stysiak, young player, perhaps not yet with the experience or the patience to let a play go out. Several points back and forth, several plays back and forth. She wants to finish it off. Sometimes challenge against the blocks there waiting. Larsson is out. Lazovic coming in instead. The Serbian youngster, 22 years old. Played in Poland last season. Fastball through the middle to Sonia Candy. She will capitalize on it for Monza. Stysiak with a big swing from the end line. But Plummer matches it down the line. Great connection with Wolosz and Plummer. Plummer seeing the block. Lazovic a step too late. Plummer takes advantage. And an ace to follow it up. Bit of confusion there on Monza's side as to who was going to take that ball. It just dropped right in the middle of the court. Between number 18, Davi Skiba, and the player on court, Lazovic. See if Plummer can repeat. Courtney Lush comes in to stabilize the backcourt a little bit. He wore the libero jersey several tournaments for the USA. Their strengths in reception and defense. Gonu off the hands. conversion by the Italian opposite. Swinging freely now that she has both those sets under her belt and is on her way to the Champions League final. Pressure is off. Both these teams can play. Nothing but pride on the line. Great cover there from Negretti. Ball live from Monza. Sonia Candy now to serve. Great pick up by Courtney Lush. Oh, the aggression from Silla. Cross court with authority. All the players on court. Very impressed by that swing. There's the push out from from Volosh. Silla putting her entire body and soul into that swing. So substitutions come on. Looks like Volosh and Igonu are done for the match. A big round of applause from the crew, from the entire crowd. They have earned themselves a spot in the final. Julia Gennady, new setter on court. Gets herself an overpass. Gets the ball to Orsini. What a beautiful connection there by Monza. Zhak Chow, the speed of her arm. Fast and furious. Miriam Silla, 26-year-old, heads back to serve. Finds Negretti. The swing is covered. Monza goes cross. They're dug. Is it enough for Conegliano to send a free ball? It is. Daviskiba tips, and she's red. Courtney Lush. Off the hands, the second time of asking. Big swing off the hands of Daviskiba. Just a little bit late in her block. Miriam Silla has 12 points so far, one of them a block. Been helping Conegliano immensely in this crusade towards the Champions League final. Still playing as if it's on the line, but Monza send the ball outside. Stesiak, she's dug. Courtney Lush. There's a roll shot, another fast ball through the middle. Lovely connection. Zhak Chow using that corridor between the two middle blockers, or the two blockers on the other side, the middle blocker and the outside. Just directing that ball straight down the line. Another good swing from behind this time. Conegliano's number 12, Giorgia Frosini, the 19-year-old. In her first season in A1, gets a swing down the line. Katarina Zakchao, the middle blocker formerly of Cuneo. Sends back, goes back to serve. Rossini. Targets Davi Skiba, and she gets an ace, an A1 ace for the newbie. Coming out of Club Italia in the second league last season. One of the up-and-coming Italian players for the next generation. Good dig in the backcourt by Silla. Courtney Lush, two-handed tip. That's well read. High ball behind. Oh, and the dig is on from Silla. Fantastic defensive work by the Italian in the backcourt. Lazovic finally having her way. Great dig by Silla, realizing and reading that it was off the hands of the block. She needed to get that ball up, couldn't just wait for it to go in or out. Beautiful play as well, finished by Lazovic. There's a high ball in the middle of the court from Courtney Lush. Interestingly, the coach for Monza didn't want his players to get that ball high in the middle of the court, wanted more aggression, be able to run an offense. Coach of Conegliano more than happy for high balls in the middle rather than overpasses or aces. It's 2012. Just like the London Olympics. But the block, Olympic style from the lineup of Conegliano against Lazovic. Good ball in, fast ball behind to Monza's Lee, who finds the antenna in an attempt to rein that ball in. So we're 22-12, Conegliano looking very comfortable in the driver's seat here. They have 3 points separating themselves in the end of this match. And they put it away here in this set. High ball to Lazovic. That's dug by De Gennaro. Rossini goes for the deep court. A 3-beat for Monza. Oh, beautiful short serve. Lazovic forcing Silla to creep up. Placing that perfectly in front of the receiver. At this level, you're going to see the players switching up their serves. They're going to go from short to deep, different directions, different targets, showing their range, and also keeping the defensive players guessing. That one's a little bit deeper to Silla. Cross-court swing through the middle. And Vučková puts the 23rd point on the board for Conegliano. Beautiful reception from Silla, as well as Gennady placing that ball high for her middle blocker to get a big swing on it. Lara Caravello comes in again to serve, possibly for the last time in this set, in this match. Targets Negretti. Silla goes for the swing. The great overhead dig by Negretti. Tip and fast tip from De Cruyff. Lazovic has a go, but she's covered in the backcourt. And the conversion for Monza through Sonia Candy. Great team effort Beatrice Negretti doing work in the backcourt for Monza, keeping the ball off the floor, recycling over and over again so the front court players can have another opportunity to hit. It's great teamwork. Poligonu watching on. Last ball to Silla. Not much anyone on the court could do about that. That's a beautiful angle. Sonia Candy, the middle, became the target there. You'll see that often after a middle blocker serves. Stereotypically not the stronger defender on the court, so they'll become the target. Silla's used that. It's 24-15 now, match point. Skiba slows down the roll of Conegliano. The fans are none other than excited for the end of this match. It's match point here. Is it Silla to put it away? No, she's red. Evel outside. That's Doug. Covered. Again to Daviskiva, looking for hands on the way through. The call is given, and indeed the block touches it. So another point saved for Monza. Still the incessant chanting from the yellow-blue. A great set as well by Negretti there. Overpass, Monza. Not able to put it away. High ball through is dug in the deep. Pipe is blocked by De Cruyff, and that is it. Conegliano done and dusted over Monza. 3-1. What a match for both teams. Some incredible volleyball played here today. Here's how the last point was done. Dug in the backcourt. Set to the pipe. Lazovic trying to take an angle, but De Cruyff, experience wins. And look at the penetration over the net. All shoulders and all strength, and she is done with this match by the looks on that face. There's a lot to be said for a team that rallies back after knowing they're already done with the set, already done with the match. The 2 sets are won, they're into the finals. They still have to play another exhausting set, but yet they do it, and they do it in style. 25-16, or 17, excuse me, was the 4th set. A valiant effort by the team from Monza. It is Conegliano going through to the finals. I'd say this was a surprise to anyone. They are the reigning champions. Monza coming off a couple of wins. Monza won the Challenge Cup in 2019, the CEV Cup in 2021. But this is their first time in Champions League, so to make it this far is already impressive. You know, you've got your work cut out for you when you end up facing off against one of, if not the best teams in the world in Conegliano. Paola Igonu strikes fear into the heart of even the best players and teams. Giovanni Guidetti, back at Banks coach, claiming her to be the one player he fears the most. Any team that has Paola Igonu on it is a threat. So here's how it was done. Some stats for you. 3 aces to 1 for Conegliano. The obligatory selfie de la victoria. All the team has to let social media know what's happening. Conegliano coming into this match, having not dropped a single set. They dropped their first set in Champions League here today, but they did not drop the match. So it's hugs all around. So we really hope that you do tune into the finals as Conegliano advances. And also both these teams are going to be back in action in the domestic league this weekend, which you can watch if you have a subscription to volleyballworld.tv. So be sure to check the schedule, tune into the final coming up on the 21st or 22nd of May, but the replays will be streaming, so even if you're busy, you can catch up on all those matches, as well as every other match that's been played so far on demand on Eurovolley.tv. Your subscription is good for the men's and the women's Champions League, so be sure to make the most and get your fill of the best in the world doing what they do best. Miriam Silla, MVP of the match with those statistics. You can always follow along the action on the CEV website. We've got cev.eu. And for you social media lovers out there, be sure to tag us if you're enjoying the content, because we look forward to bringing you much more exciting volleyball. Champions League volleyball coming up in the next weeks and months to come. A valiant effort by Monza, but a huge congratulations to Conegliano and all the players that will be headed to playing in that final very shortly. Sounds like we might have a player mic'd up down on the floor. If we're lucky, we might get an interview.
You had
one
a
of the
plan,
players.
you executed it perfectly. What do you think about the game?
So I think the game was really difficult because we know Monza. This is the third time. How many times we play against them? Okay, 3. Okay, and now they know us, we know them, and it was really hard. We knew that we had to win 2 sets. We started really good, but then I think the tension was too much, and we really, I don't know, we make a confusion a little bit in the second set. But then we came back as a team, and we played really a good match, and I'm happy.
And so you landed the 4th super final of the last 5 years.
Thank God, I'm happy for that. I don't want to say nothing about it because there is so much time. We know that this is not enough to go there. We have to train and improve more. Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, indeed, it is okay. Miriam Silla, MVP of the match. No need for translations. Miriam Silla happy with their play. A little bit of tension perhaps in the second set, which can be expected. There was a lot of pressure on Conegliano to repeat their performance, especially after having not dropped a single set.
It's always difficult. Like, I never really have a particular way, like, thing in my head. Vieni qua! No, but of course, like, we're very happy with the win. What Mei said before, like the second set, maybe like we lost a little bit focus. Like the serve was like getting, like we were making more mistakes and a little bit less pressure. But I'm really happy like how we picked it up in the third set.
Who would you want to see in the super finals against you?
Who we want to see?
Yeah. You say it.
No, I'm not saying anything.
Okay, I'm not saying it.
No. I'm like, no, yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you.
So there you have it. Conegliano doesn't care who's in the finals against them. They're going to win. So I hope you will tune into that match. I hope you enjoyed this one. A 3-1 win, Conegliano over Monza. But for now, from all of us here at the CEV, thank you so much for watching. I'm Key Michael, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.